Welcome to Olympian Water Testing, giving you the best in water analysis. Today we're looking at clearly filtered, and a big question a lot of people have asked, you might even be asking, should you remove fluoride from water? Some people say it's good for your teeth. Some people say it's good for you. Some people say that it's harmful and a neurotoxin. So what is it? So people often ask our stance whether fluoride should be added to tap water, probably more than any other question on tap water quality. Most can agree that contaminants like lead or arsenic are bad for you, and that's quite ubiquitous on this channel that they are, even in small amounts. You shouldn't be anywhere near the tap water, but many people are torn on the issue of fluoride. Some support adding it to the water supply, others think it's a crime. So this isn't necessarily to change your mind and tell you exactly the idea, but to take a look at the different perspectives so you can form your own. So there are people who are in favor of fluoride, pro-fluoride, and those who oppose it, anti-fluoride. So one side on the pro-fluoride group believes that adding fluoride to water supply is the best way to help people all over the country maintain healthy teeth. They say it's good for your teeth, it's good for your dental health, and a lot of dentists recommend it. And that doing so poses no significant risks, and the practice is completely safe. However, there are other thoughts on this as well. On the other hand, you have the anti-fluoride group, and they argue that there are known health risks associated with ingesting fluoride at levels that can be found in tap water. And the fact that people are being forced to consume something that may actually be harmful is wrong. They believe that using the water supply as a way to deliver fluoride takes away an individual's freedom of choice in the matter. They don't think anyone should be forced to drink water spiked with fluoride or any other chemical for that matter. And for full transparency, just so you know, when I say on the issue, they're actually falling into the anti-fluoride camp. And although they think it's important to mention, they're not exactly fluoride haters, but they use fluoride toothpaste. There's also fluoride in mouthwash, so they're not saying fluoride's evil, just not necessarily putting it in water is the best idea. And then, what is water fluoridation? It's just a fancy word for the process of adding fluoride to tap water for consumption for the general public. Yes, there are places where fluoride occurs naturally, but they're incredibly rare and they aren't really relevant. Now, why do they do it? Numerous studies show that fluoride can affect and reduce the number of cavities people get, and by adding to the water utility to prevent tooth decay can maintain healthy teeth. However, this is in question because if you look in the S, chances are you have fluoride added to your water. We can see the countries that add fluoride to their water. 3 out of every 4 people have fluoridated water supplies, and those who don't are mostly in rural parts of the country, or they could also be on well water. Now, there's people who do support fluoridation, such as the American Dental Association, and there's people who oppose it, such as Fluoride Action Network. Now, most of the fluoridation chemicals do get added to municipal tap water, byproducts of other chemicals, specifically the process of phosphate fertilization, which produces significant fluoride chemicals, byproducts, which are then repackaged and used for tap water fluoridation. So there's some arguments, is it good or bad? Some people are saying that it's been added to tap water for 70 years and it's safe. The non-existence of credible peer-reviewed studies that show it's problematic. But then there's also the argument 40% of adolescent children have also more observable signs of dental fluorosis. Dental cavities have increased in both and without water fluoridization. Adding fluoride to tap water is a violation of someone's personal choice, informed consent, and it's unnecessary. You might already get it from your teeth or your mouthwash, and the EPA sets a limit at 4 parts per million, which is far too high for safety. And actually, one interesting thing is fluoride isn't actually FDA approved. So there's a lot of different perspectives on here. You can take the one that you think is best. So should you remove fluoride from your water or shouldn't you? Well, that's going to be up to you. But how do you know if fluoride is in your water? Chances are it might be if you're in a municipal area. It might not be if you're in a rural area. But it's always a good idea to test your water for different levels of fluoride.